Okay guys, so we're going to start by importing in our environment first. So find the file that has your city in it. So this one's called environment for me, whatever you save it as, just drag it on in. And we're going to make sure that this is all set to be the document size, but we are going to look at our environment layers and find the sun, replace the sun by right-clicking on it, replace footage, file, once again, choose the environment that you chose. Have it be the choose layer and then choose sun and then change that to layer size. Okay, so we're going to think about how we're going to apply some of these things, but let's place our things. I'm going to put my sky in there first, and then I'm going to real quick right click on this and say create shapes from vector layer, and then I'm just going to get rid of my After Effects right there. And we're going to bring in our skyline. And we'll do the same thing, right click, create shapes from vector layer. Get rid of that. And then we're going to get our other skyline here, wherever that belongs, right click on it, create shapes from vector layer, get rid of this. And now we have our skies, but they're all editable, because they all have their properties kind of hanging out here. So instead of there being vector layers, we can use these. Okay, so we'll start off with the sun. The sun is going to be behind the buildings, obviously. And what we'll do is we're going to have our sun be the one that moves on a path. So let's put position here, and we'll create our path by virtue of just creating a series of curves. While we're still just with the position, so a little easier way of doing the paths. It's a little less options, but this will do. So first position will be here. Second position will be halfway through. I have mine at 15 seconds. 7.5 mine come down this way, and then last position is going to be over here, like so. So if we look at the position, look at the path there. It's going to go, down and then up like that, right? So we can't see it yet. That's because we have to affect where our path goes. So I'm going to go over here. You should see a pen tool. If you don't see this, I have my workspace set to animation, and you can just set reset to animation to save layout. And so you should see this little row of tools here. If you hold the button down, the pen tool, convert vertex tool shows up, and you can just click and drag until this becomes like sort of bowed out. You can drag it all the way across, and the same thing can happen over here. You come over here, drag this all the way across to where the sun will sort of like dip down below the horizon, like so. Like, oops, didn't quite come through. There we go. So it's going to go down like so, and then it's going to come back up. Let's see if we can't finalize these changes here. All right, so how about this? How about we just take this guy and we'll drag, you can hold down the Alt key and drag this one straight up. Or the Control key, drag it straight up. Here we go. Okay, there we go. There we got it now. All right, so Control and drag up with your path here, and so now the sun will dip down and it'll come up like that. Okay, so that's good. So it kind of comes in and comes out like that. That's good. That's now it's on a path. Good. Okay, cool. We got that. All right, good. So when the sun goes down, I want the buildings and the sky to sort of change colors. So let's go down here and find our contents on our background. Let's find group 1. Let's find fill 1, and let's find color. Let's add a keyframe with our color. So I'm going to add 4 keyframes here. So 1, and then I'm going to go to right about where it goes underneath the 2, and then right until it comes back up. What about there? 3, and then 4. Right, so for this one right here, I'm going to have this be a new color. So I'm going to have this one be, say for instance, like a purplish color, maybe. It's like a sunset. So I'll have like sort of a dark purple like that. It's okay. And then for the next one, I'll do the same thing. I'll see if I can't find that same purple color here. In fact, what I can do is this. I can go back here to this keyframe, click on this, copy this. Okay. Undo, cancel. All right, once again, click on this, copy this, Control C, it's okay. Go to the next one, click here, Control V, paste. All right, okay, great. So now we can kind of see the sun goes down. I'm going to actually even have that start a little bit later, like maybe around here. And then as the sun comes up, it comes blue again. Right, good. Okay, cool. So that looks neat, right? So that's one color change there. And I can do the same thing over here with the city skyline here. I can take this and once again find my contents and my group and my fill. And what I'll do is I'll just maybe darken it a little bit here. So I'll color and then same deal as before. Let's actually just click off of this and press U on the keyboard, and I can just sort of copy the position of the keyframes by clicking here. 1, 2, 3. And then here what I'll do is I'll just sort of reduce this in its brightness. So I click on B on the keyboard and just drag this down a little bit, a few ticks, and then go to the next one and do the same thing here. Drag it down in its brightness. It's okay. So now we've got, let's see, make sure we have the same color here. 99188. Copy that. And we'll paste that. It's okay. And then, so the sun comes down, that gets a little bit darker. Let's do the same thing to the next skyline. Once again, click on our arrow, click on our contents, group 1, fill 1. Hit keyframes for the color. Let's click off of it, press U on the keyboard, U one more time, so we can see everything, and just add the keyframes in as they go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now what we can do is just back this up, and we'll do the same thing. We'll click on color, we'll drag down our brightness, and then just copy this. It's okay. Back one more. Paste. Okay, so let's take a look and see here. Sun goes down, sun comes back up, right? And we're back to where we started. So, next thing we'll do is we'll do the lights on the city. So let's grab our lights. Okay, windows. And so we'll grab the windows and we'll just drag those on top. Drag this one on top. And what we'll do is we'll have them kind of fade in and out of existence by hitting our opacity. So T for opacity, hit it down to 0, and then what we'll do is we'll just bring it up to 100. And make sure we hit the keyframes first. Hit the stopwatch, 0, 100, one more keyframe, and 0. And we'll just do the same thing here. I think we could probably copy these. Let's just copy this. Let's Control C, Control V. All right, and so now they both fade in, it looks like. Maybe not. Okay, Control Z. Let's take a look, see what's this all about. Let's put T for opacity. All right, so let's create these keyframes here. We can let's see if we can just copy these keyframes. I'm just gonna hold down Shift, select these keyframes here, Control V on the keyboard. Nope, Control Z, Control C on the keyboard. Opacity, Control V. Okay, never mind. Well, it's fine. We'll just 100, 100, and 0. So now, as we go through the timeline, that goes down, that goes back up, and so we can kind of see that. So that's one thing, and then we'll put our clouds in. Our clouds will be behind the skyline and in front of the sun, and we'll just have those move just regular, movement here. So we'll just hit, P for position, get the keyframes here, and we could have one moving one direction. So this one could come from this side to, say, this side, and so we move across, that goes across there, and the other one can go position wise the opposite direction. So this one would be over here, oops, at the end, and then over here at the beginning. So let's take a look, see. Very neat. Okay, so there you have it. We've got a little thing. If we were to just play this, it would repeat seamlessly because it ends up at the same spot a surprise at the beginning. So that's the environment, and then next time we will put in the things that move, right? Save that, and make sure we save it. We'll call this city animation, and we'll open this up next time we come in. Very cool.